use your time to create lasting confidence, confidence that's based in actual experience, and you won't have to go through daily rituals, and you can be... Hey, this is Damon Cart from Life Mastery Gym, bringing you cutting-edge processes and techniques and mindsets to help you become the person you want to be in order to create the life that you want to live. So if that sounds good, please click subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get these videos on a regular basis. Just today I was watching a video from someone who you could probably call a celebrity in the self-help and personal development field. And it was a video about confidence. And what I find amazing about this is how even some very, very successful people get this completely wrong about how to create confidence and how to create lasting confidence. And it's not because I've discovered it, like I've come up with what creates lasting confidence. It's more that the information is out there. It's out there to be studied, to be learned about, to be implemented and used. And yet so many times I see self-help gurus and personal development people who are very successful in the field, get this absolutely wrong. The video I was watching, the person even said that most of what he had gotten is from Tony Robbins on how to create confidence. And I think that Tony Robbins and his teachings have kind of become the standard of self-help and personal development. And it's not that what he's teaching doesn't work, especially with this one on confidence. It's just that yes, it works, but it's very limited, and it's certainly not even close to the whole story on what confidence is and how to create it. So I'm going to explain that right here in this short video. You will understand more about confidence than most of the self-help gurus and personal development people. And again, people who are very successful. So I'm not knocking them. I mean, they obviously are doing something right. So it's just this one particular thing that they're not getting right. So let's really test this. I want you to think about something that you feel very confident about. And don't overlook the simple things, just simple things that you're very confident about, like driving. Most of us drive. Most of us have been driving for years, so we're very confident about it. A lot of times we don't think about confidence in terms of driving because it's just something we do every day, but that's one of the reasons why we're so confident about it. We don't even think about it. If we need to go somewhere, we don't go, oh, I don't know if I'm confident enough today to drive that car. No, you just get in the car and drive. So think about something you're very confident about like that, and it can be very, very simple. Once you have that, then think about something you're not very confident about. Maybe you're not very confident about public speaking. Maybe you're not very confident about playing piano, and maybe you play piano but you don't feel very confident about it. So just take something you feel very confident about and then take something you don't feel confident about and really compare the two. What is the difference? Immediately you're going to say, well, it feels different, of course. And confidence is a feeling. In fact, not only is it a feeling, it's a meta state or a meta feeling. Now, what do I mean by that? It's a meta state because confidence is how you feel about something. So self-esteem works the same way. Self-esteem is how I feel about myself. Now, what the mistake is that most of these self-help gurus make is they think that you can go directly at confidence. Like you can pump up confidence, you can build up confidence for the sake of confidence. And that's where it goes wrong. Actually, no, you can't do that. That is fake confidence. And the reason why they're putting out these like daily rituals on how to build confidence is because it's not real. If it were real, you wouldn't have to have a daily ritual. If it were real confidence, like I mentioned about driving, you don't have to pump up your confidence every single day before you go and drive just to be confident about driving. You naturally feel it. That's true confidence. The kind of confidence that you have to use affirmations to pump up, or you have to strike power poses and say, yes, that is not real confidence, because if it were, you wouldn't have to do those things. So take those two experiences, the one you're confident about and the one that you're not confident about, and realize that your confidence on one or your lack of confidence on the other has to do with the thing first. So we need to go there to work on it, not to the confidence or not to the self-esteem. We need to go to the thing that is either triggering confidence or is triggering lack of confidence. So let's start there. The other thing that I want to say about confidence is this mechanism that either creates confidence or creates lack of confidence is actually something that's doing a very important job for you. For instance, let's say you've never driven a car before, or let's say maybe you've driven a car a few times. You wouldn't want to jack up your confidence about driving a car. The same goes for flying an airplane. If you've only flown once, but you go through this confidence ritual and suddenly you jack up your confidence about flying a plane, you're going to get yourself into trouble. You're going to easily crash that plane, but you're going to be like, well, I feel so confident about it, but you don't have the skill, you don't have the experience. And that's where true confidence comes from. It comes from experience. So there is a natural preservation within yourself and your mind and probably even in your body that says, whoa, I don't feel confident about that with good reason. Because if I go do that, if I pretend to be confident about it, or if I have confidence about something that I don't know how to do and I don't have much experience doing, I could hurt myself or I could hurt other people. So this is something that's good. We want that, okay? So when we feel lack of confidence and this whole thing is doing its job, it's usually signaling to us we need more experience, we need more skill. Sometimes though, there are things that we have lots of experience in and we have lots of skill in, but we don't feel confident about it. Now, this is where we can do some really good work, because we want you to feel confident about the things you should feel confident about. Why? Why would you want to feel confident about these things? Because this will enable you to really tap into your potential and do great things. If you feel confident about something, well, you're going to take it further. You're going to go even further with it. You're going to step up to the challenges. You're going to want to achieve more, do more, be more. So we want confidence. It's okay to even be a little overconfident. Like, let's be slightly overconfident about what we know we can do, and then we're going to accomplish a lot. And that's where we want to be. Now, if we're not feeling confident about something that we are good at, which happens a lot, now we're talking a little bit more about self-worth issues. And believe me, I know lots about this because I struggled with self-worth issues for many years until I used NLP to overcome it. So what is happening when you're not experiencing confidence? So first of all, the most likely reason you're not feeling confident about something is because you just lack experience in it. And so if it's driving and you haven't driven very much, then you need to go do more driving for you to feel more confident. And so confidence is based on how much information you've taken in about something. So the feeling of the steering wheel in your hands, that's information, and how it turns, how you can manipulate the car steering the wheel. And then with your feet, the accelerator, the brake, the more you push that accelerator and push that brake, and you feel the car moving and stopping, this is information, and this is experience in the body. And then there's your eyesight. You're seeing what's happening, you're seeing what's going on around you, you're taking in this information, and after you've driven hundreds and hundreds of times, this information is just all in there. You don't question it. You know you can drive. You have all that experience. You know that you can do it. So you feel confident about it. Now, what would happen then? I've been driving since I was 15. I'm 41 now. I've got so many years of driving. I feel very confident about it. But what if I suddenly lost my eyesight? Now how would I feel? Well, I wouldn't feel confident about driving, and that's a good thing. And if I thought to myself, well, I don't feel very confident about driving because I can't see, but I'm going to go do this confidence ritual and I'm going to pump up my confidence and I'm going to feel good about it and I'm going to walk out the door and go drive. This would be crazy. This would be stupid. I'm going to hurt myself. I'm going to hurt other people. And of course, we don't want that. So understand that confidence, when it's done well or when it's working right, is there to save you. It's there to help you. Now, let's deal now with things that you have already done many times but you don't feel confident about. This has to do with how you're coding that experience. So again, go back to what I mentioned. You have something that you're confident about, something that you're not confident about. So look at the thing that you're confident about and ask yourself, why am I confident about this? And more than likely, It's because you've done it many times, you have lots of information about it. If you wanted to explore it, you could go into your memories, you could go into hundreds of memories about having done this thing, and that's why you feel certain and confident about it. But check in and make sure that that's why you feel confident about it. It also helps that if people have given you feedback that you do something well, then of course that's going to raise your confidence as well, but you don't want to be fully dependent on that. But check into this thing and make sure that's why you feel confident. Now, if you feel confident about this thing and it's not because you have actual experience in it, this isn't good. This is a bad thing. Maybe you have confidence in it because you've used these rituals that these people are teaching, and so you're sort of faking it until you make it. This is a bad idea. Don't do that. Make sure that you get actual experience in whatever it is that you want to be confident in. Now then, if you look at the thing that you're not so confident about, examine that and find out why. Why are you not confident about that? And in most cases, it's because you lack experience in it. So say you want to be more confident about public speaking. And when you look at it, you realize you really haven't done much public speaking. So you don't have much experience to fall back on. So this thing inside you is doing its job. It's telling you, no, you shouldn't feel confident about this because you don't have the experience. So what does that tell you? Go get some experience in it and go get experience in a safe way. And what I mean by that is you don't have to go out and give this big presentation in front of a bunch of people in order to get more experience. There are things like Toastmasters you can go to where it's like a safe place where you can go learn public speaking. I did it. I wasn't confident at all about public speaking, and I started going to Toastmasters. I did several speeches, and suddenly I feel good and confident. Well, why? Because I've got the experience. So this is the natural process. It worked. All right, so what if you looked at both and you realize, yes, you're confident in one thing because you have lots of experience in it, and then the thing that you're not confident about, you actually do have a lot of experience. So what's going on there? Okay, first of all, the reason why you're probably not feeling confident about it is because there's a deeper underlying self-worth issue. That is a much bigger topic. That will be something I would have to cover on a different video. But we can work fast and dirty with this. So if take something that you have a lot of experience in, but you're not feeling confident about, start pulling in or allowing in more and more memories, examples of you doing this thing. So let's say it's playing piano. Let's say you've played piano for years, but you're not confident about doing it in front of people. Okay. Start pulling in or allowing in all the times that you've played piano well, either because a teacher told you you were doing it well, or because it really satisfied you and you knew you were doing it well. Maybe you recorded yourself playing piano and you listened to it back and you thought to yourself, wow, I'm pretty good at this. So allow in those experiences. Start allowing in more and more of those memories and start to count those memories. Like, how many of those memories do you have? Now you'll probably be thinking, well, I have hundreds, if not thousands. Yes, but how many of those are in your conscious awareness? How many are you accessing? If you're not feeling confident about it, I can tell you you're not accessing many of them. So start allowing them into your experience. Now here's a nice little tip. This is called mapping across. And again, mapping across has many uses. It's an NLP technique. You can use it fast and dirty, which is what we're going to do here. So go to that confidence experience, or the thing that you feel confident about, and make sure you feel confident about it because you have examples, you have lots of experience in that area, and start noticing the examples, the memories of you doing this that then enable you to feel confident about it. And you will probably notice you have hundreds and you have access to a lot of it. It's in your conscious, you know it's there, it's easy to access. Okay, once you start accessing it, start paying attention to how you're accessing those memories. Is it something you're seeing, or something you're hearing, or both? And where in your personal space are you seeing those examples? Or where are you hearing those examples? This is going to be new to a lot of people. What a lot of people don't realize is that they hold their memories and experiences in their personal space for easy access to. And I think about this, when you want to recognize someone, you go to the airport because you're picking up a friend. How do you recognize your friend? I can tell you right now how you do it. You have an image of them in your mind, and you're putting it in your personal space, and you're walking through the airport searching for a match. That's actually how we do it. So The same thing goes for your experiences of any one particular activity that you're confident about or not confident about. So when you're thinking of something you're confident about, start bringing in those experiences and start noticing where they are. So sometimes it's voices. For some people who are very auditory, they hear voices of people telling them when they did something well. So where are those voices coming from? Are they coming from behind you, to the side, or from the front? Most people are visual, especially in Western cultures. So most of you are going to actually see your experiences. You're going to see a number of those experiences, and you might see them all at once, simultaneously, or you might see them sequentially, like a deck of cards. So notice just where in your personal space do you see them. For me, I'm seeing mine right here. Now, if I'm seeing these right here, and I'm confident about it, location is going to be very, very powerful. So if I have something that I'm not very confident about, but I have lots of experience with it, what I can do is then start taking those experiences as I access them, as I allow them in, and start moving them into the same position as the experience that I'm very confident about. Now this is extremely powerful, okay? So take your time with this. And this is called mapping across, and like I said, I can expand on this infinitely. So start moving them in and see what happens. See how that changes your experience. Now another thing that might happen is you might feel some resistance to it. A part of you might go, ooh, wait a minute, this is kind of scary. I don't know if I'm ready to be confident about this. That's a really good thing. Why is that a really good thing? Because you're doing something very powerful and you're on the edge of a transformation. So what do you do at that point? So there's lots of ways to deal with objections or inner resistance, okay? The main one though is to get in touch with the positive intent of the resistance. And some people might be thinking, positive intent? This isn't positive, it's holding me back. No, 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 no. This is an important part of you. It might be an age regressed part of you. It might be a part of you that needs some more updating. But believe me, all parts of you are good. All parts of you are positive. So this inner resistance to you having confidence in this area is trying to give you a message. Its intent is positive. So go with that, accept it, welcome that part of you to the conversation, and ask it, and get very honest with yourself. Just ask it. Say, you're welcome here. You're a part of me. I welcome you. What positive message do you have for me? What is your positive intent? And then shut up. Let it talk to you. Your conscious mind wants to fill gaps in, okay? So once you ask the question, your conscious mind's going to probably try to jump in and give you an answer. Let your conscious mind do its thing. Let it throw in an answer, but keep listening. And that part will speak to you, and it will tell you in some way. It might not come as a voice, but it will give you an answer about what it wants. And so from there, you integrate that positive intent into the confidence that you want. So maybe this part of you doesn't want you to become arrogant. Maybe it wants you to be humble while you become confident. And so you want to honor that positive intent and give that part of you a job. Say, okay, let's do this thing. Let's become confident. And your job is to make sure that I don't ever become arrogant, that I stay grounded. That's a good one. So you give that part a job. You say, okay, let's do this. Your job is to keep me grounded as I become more confident. Check in with that part, ask it, does that work for you? Are we free to proceed? And if not, then you keep working with the part until you find what it is that will work for it. Once you do, you allow the examples to go into that place where you code confident experiences. It really is as simple as that. It truly is transformative. It truly is amazing. And this is authentic confidence. If you're doing a daily ritual where you're pumping up your state until you're like, yeah, and you're doing all these power poses, as soon as you walk out the front door, if something happens that contradicts that state, your state will crash. You will lose all confidence and it will feel terrible. And then you'll think, well, what did I do? Use your time to create lasting confidence that's based in actual experience. And you won't have to go through daily rituals. And you can be as confident about some of the things that you would love to be confident about as driving a car. If you want to be more confident about giving presentations, if you want to be more confident about approaching women, if you want to be more confident about approaching your goals, well, find out what you're already doing that you're very confident about. And we're most of the time overlooking these things. Like I mentioned, driving a car, We don't really even think about confidence when it comes to driving a car, but that's what it is. That's what true confidence is. It's that thing that you don't question. It's just like, well, yeah, of course I can drive a car, and of course I can drive well. Been doing it for years. Oh, really? Okay, well, how are you coding that experience that enables you to feel that way about it? That's all confidence is, how you feel about something. And like I mentioned, you don't want to feel confident about something that you shouldn't feel confident about because you don't have much experience with it. That part of you is telling you, you need to go get more experience with this. And when you have more experience, then you will naturally feel more confident. And also, like I said, sometimes what some of us suffer from is lack of confidence for something that we should feel confident about because we do have the experience. And that's where we can use NLP to recode those experiences to give us lasting confidence. And this confidence will carry with you wherever you go. And so like if it's about playing the piano, you instill this confidence within yourself because you have the experience, you code it properly, you can go anywhere and be confident about playing the piano. And you can be years from now, as long as you keep practicing, and you will feel confident about playing the piano. This is how true confidence works. It comes from real experience coded properly. Now, I went into a lot of stuff here. If you want me to unpack this even more, I have a free webinar where I go into this much, much more. I go into more about confidence, more about self-esteem, how we create our self-concept. So if you would like to know more about what I'm talking about here, because I threw a lot of information at you, if you want me to slow this down and go into more detailed explanation so you can use what I'm teaching here to create lasting, solid confidence, check out this webinar. I'm putting the link in the description right here. It won't last forever. It's going away after next week. You can schedule it next week, but after next week, the webinar won't be available. With all of these self-help gurus out there touting all of these different rituals and practices that you should do, I've been identifying some of these practices as not only not working, but also working against you. So I created a free report on 3 practices that I identify as most likely actually working against you and solutions that you can replace them with. So if you'd like that free PDF, I will also put that in the description as well as in the comment section right here. So if you want the free webinar on expanding on more of what I'm talking about here for confidence and a stronger sense of self, then you will find that webinar link right here in the description and in the comment. And then also for the free report on 3 practices that most people are doing in self-improvement and self-help because the gurus are telling you that's what you should do. Those are probably working against you, and I explain why in this free report. So if you want that report, just check the links right here as well. If you like this video, please click like right down here and click subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. If you want to get these videos on a regular basis, you can also find me on Facebook if you'd like more real-time updates regarding whatever it is that I'm up to, whatever new trainings I'm putting out there, or new interviews that I'm doing, or even live trainings that I'm doing. Facebook is probably the best place to find those things. And last but not least, remember to get your hands on that free webinar and that free report before they go. Take care.